This is music. This is how to survive a massacre, even if you're a sucker. So this morning, late in the morning, I decided to go for a walk. Somehow I ended up at a record store here in Copenhagen called Sound Station. I told myself you can only buy 5 records, but when you're at Sound Station, all the cards are off the table, so I ended up buying more than 5 records. So let's see what I picked up. We're gonna start out with 2 death metal classics. So up first, Obsculum Obscenum by Hypocrisy. Still with the evil logo, and I still haven't checked out any of their releases from after they changed their logo. I probably should. A lot of you have recommended that I do. Up next, Massacre from Beyond. This is certainly one I remember from back in the early 90s. Never owned it. And I think back then in the very early 90s, it was a bit too extreme for me, but eventually I grew to appreciate death metal. And that one is a great kind of very early death metal classic. Okay, up next, more Warhead. This one has some price sticker damage, which I don't care about at all. Sadly, though, no bird flipping on this one, but this is old school heavy metal from back in the day. So that is great. Up next, I guess more maybe hard rock, maybe even bordering on progressive at times. It's up for debate probably, but Q5, Steal the Night. I love this cover art, you know, this kind of space kind of ship thing. So they had another Q5 release, which was a bit too pricey, and you'll see why it was too pricey right now, actually, because I managed to find an OG copy of this one here, Sortilège Métamorphose, and obviously this one was not cheap. It wasn't super expensive either. It was actually within the range of what I want to pay for an album of this caliber, but it did mean that I decided to not grab other really rare records. The other Q5 they had wasn't rare, but it's, you know, was a bit up there price wise, so I decided against it. Instead, I decided to grab a whole handful of Survivor records. So this one is Caught in the Game. Now, to be honest, I don't know a whole lot of Survivor songs apart from Burning Heart and Eye of the Tiger, but those 2 songs are just great. Eye of the Tiger to me is a hard rock song. Burning Heart is more of an AOR song, and I think maybe I like Burning Heart a little bit better, but I decided to just grab a copy of, they had multiple copies of a lot of these, but I decided to grab a copy of each of the Survivor albums they had. So this is Premonition, kind of cheesy, almost Vogue style band photos here. That is a bit embarrassing, but hey, what you gonna do? Also Vital Signs here, Survivor, 80s fashion. I don't know if I think this is embarrassing, because that was just the fashion back then, but whatever. It's just the music that counts, right? And of course, Eye of the Tiger. So there you go. I think this is actually a pretty cool band photo for some reason. So there you go, Eye of the Tiger. So a good handful of Survivor albums. Like I said, it's a band that really, to be honest, I don't know a whole lot about them apart from those 2 rocky songs. And the penultimate one, Love is for Suckers by Twisted Sister. Much maligned, but I think it's fine. I don't mind it. I would pick it up every now and then from the local music library back when I was a kid. So I decided to grab this one. They had another copy which was slightly cheaper, but this one here has some kind of like a merch mail order thing that the other one didn't have. So I decided to just pay, it wasn't that much, just a little bit more to get this as well. So there you go. And up last, As Ugly as They Wanna Be by Ugly Kid Joe. Don't do this to your cat ever. I will show up and kick your ass if you do it. I'm just kidding. But don't do that to your cat. No. So Ugly Kid Joe, kind of anti-glam. Their name is a pun on Pretty Boy Floyd. So they were kind of an anti-glam band. Their style, they're back in business. Their style, kind of funky, slightly more edgy, hard rock sometimes, with depending on the song. Some of the songs are quite chill. On here you have Madman, which I think is great, and you have Everything About You. You have partially a cover of Sweet Leaf, and there's a song, kind of a mocking song, kind of that makes fun of heavy metal, called Heavy Metal. So there you go. More than 5 records, but I thought it was pretty cool to find that Sortilège album. And the other stuff, also pretty cool. Thanks for watching.